Okay, I'm back. All right. So, we'll start off talking about that shooting that happened. I'm dirty. Bad at my nose will itch and wipe my face off with my greasy hand. And I'll have a, you'll see the kind of have a Hitler thing going on there. Alrighty. Well, now that we've dolled ourselves up and ready for everybody, I'm just going to give you a take on what I was talking about earlier. I had to get out of here quicker because it was just a time crunch. That I really don't agree with. And I'm not glorifying this, so don't get me, don't misquote me or anything. But I talked about the shooting that happened in the subway station of New York, and I didn't call the man bad names. Matter of fact, I actually had a little bit of compassion because of the fact that I truly think that this wouldn't have happened if the FBI was doing their job like they're supposed to be. Same thing goes for this fella right here. And not to mention the fact that if they were able to, you could probably do a little bit of a background of what he was looking at online. Probably, like I say, that whenever you interact with the internet every day, the internet's going to look for vulnerable people. It's just simple as that. The AI is going to seek you out, and it's going to say, you know what, maybe we can mess with this guy and get him to do something. And I'm almost certain that that'd be the case here at this time because of the fact that he's not he's not a Trump supporter or a right-wing conservative. We know that. We know that he was more motivated on just sort of like a self-opinionated things, and I'm pretty sure, like I say, if you really dig down deep in what's happening here is the left has an agenda to push, and they really, really want to take that 2A away from everybody. And that's the first step in, well, first is First Amendment, but I think they found it easier just to go for the 2A thing because of the fact that that seems to be more written. It seems like they can maybe make more headway on that. And so what they'll do is they'll find that the AI, that's people just are dug so deep into the internet. It says, you know what? Well, we'll throw ads up. We'll put this up. We'll show this guy these numbers. We'll just keep pumping this guy with these numbers and just keep feeding him this information that he's, of course, looking for, but making it readily available in all the right places so that you can actually sort of like lose your mind in your own stuff. I'm a creator when it comes to far as doing these YouTube videos and bringing news to you about what's happened with our 2020 people picking process and other things that go on. And I will admit, there is a struggle deep down inside that you have to disconnect. You've got to read all this information. You've got to put it all together. You've got to deal with it up here. Thank God I believe in God, because the fact that when all else fails, the only thing that I can really say that's actually solid is that the Word of God and what His plan is, and I'm part of that plan. And so now that gives me the ability to sort of embrace what I'm doing. And it shields me from a lot of the bad things that I see. I don't know if anybody can understand that or not. But by that, it gives me the morale I need to face it head on. Get this word out. I try my best to get people to know what's going on. And hopefully, through that, I can bring God to them a little bit too. I don't know. I'll try. But definitely want to say that these are some bad times. But good times are coming. Things are going to get better. We just got to kind of like stick it out. We don't need to result in violence. I know that I seen some of the tweets from people that were in the area, and they said some pretty bad stuff. But I don't blame them. Pretty bad to see all that. So I'm fully empathetic with all the people that got harmed in that incident. I just don't think that it's natural. How about that? Is that fair enough? I'm not feeling sorry for the dude who done it. I'm not feeling sorry for the dude who done it in New York with the subway. All these other shootings, I'm not compassionate for those people at all. I just feel like that this stuff wouldn't have happened if people were pulling the right levers like they were supposed to. The stuff that was put in place to keep this from happening isn't being engaged. It's used in a reverse manner, and it's actually working against normal people. They're weaponizing this stuff. So we need to really take an assessment on what's worth it. Is it worth it to be on all these social media stuff? Is it worth it to be on Facebook? I think there's a certain value of you've got to use their system against them. So while we do have somewhat of a voice, I think it's a good idea, but also There's a lot of people who, I wouldn't say y'all, but just people who really involve their whole, they get on OnlyFans to make money. You know what that involves. And that AI is watching you the whole time doing all that. If you think for 1 second you're anonymous out there and you're taking these awful pictures of yourself to make money, that it's not going to affect some kind of weird trigger behind the scenes that's going to, it could use you as a wonderful pawn without you even knowing about it. And that's just how dangerous. These people are so smart, they don't understand that. They're too caught up in the next thing. They're not watching what's happening right now. So God bless those victims of all that. And just put your hands on the people who are being affected. That are, there are other people that are trying to get to do this now. This isn't going to be the last one. This is a major operation being employed on just the public, and it's something that could be very well being done by the military or some kind of entity that's causing this, because it's just not normal because of all this. It's been boom, 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 back to back. It's really strange. The manifesto, the numbers of the pages keep changing, so there's something weird going on there. I am glad that they're taking these people in alive now, because that may help be able to dissect what happened and how they got to where they were at, so we can bring some of that information forward. So yeah. So now that we got that out of the way, I hope I didn't go too long on that, but I want to flip over to the computer and then talk about a few things. Some other stuff has changed so far as people picking processed stuff. Let me see here. And it has to do with that thing. There's 2,000 of these animals, and they've been known to be at zoos and at farms and all that. And farmers used to use the mules to do things. Anyway, so it's a lot of stuff has really came out because of the fact that information is very solid. Like I said before, all that cell phone ping data is good enough to convict murderers and get people all rounded up because of J6. Then I don't see where in the world or the CDC using it so that they could monitor people when they had lockdowns and see if they actually were doing what they were supposed to be doing, staying in their homes and all that. So if it's good enough for them, I think it'd be good enough for that. At least bring some more information out. But there will be, I think at one point they were saying something about didn't have footage of certain drop boxes, and I don't think that was all a big whammy because of the fact they wanted the left. You drip information and to watch the left's reaction so you know which move to make next. Well, here we are, and now before I flip the computer, I'll talk about this. True the Vote announces that they now have footage of the things that the Green Bay things that are working, and they are working with law enforcement in Wisconsin right now. And I will leave the article there at that. Matter of fact, I'll link that article in the description. That'll probably be the only one I link in the description so that you can actually read. There's a video to watch. And, with that being, wait, one more thing right here. Anything that has pertains to what I'm talking about that I can't put on here, I'm going to link it. So there'll be the couple of links. The V-Word GA exposes local TV station that posted premature preliminary results before the upcoming E-Word. And I'll read a little bit about that. Voter GA today about a local TV station that came out with artificial Georgia primary E-Word results for all statewide congressional races in Georgia primaries. The E-Word hasn't even taken place yet. And so according to the V-Word GA, a local TV station shared primary results and that they put together related to the upcoming primaries. These artificial results show a far left bias. The V-Word GA found out that the results were produced for the local TV station WSD TV by Associated Press. Some candidates expressed concerns as their E-words may be impaired by these results being published in the state. And below is okay. So, and like I say, I'll link this, and there's a little bit more of the article that definitely I will not put up because of that fact. But there's definitely they know that Stacey the Tank Abrams, nobody wants her. She's a nothing. Nobody wants her, and they know that they got to put her in. Nobody wants Raphael Warnock neither. But they've got to have these tools in there so they can open up their toolbox and use these things as operatives. Oh, by the way, in Oregon to allow papers 7 days after this E-word with new postage date law. And I don't know how that's even possible because that's not how it works. Infamous for being one of the early adapters of the V-word by mail, Oregon also always looks for ways to expand the methods that unscrupulous individuals can take advantage of the system. The latest example being a new law that allows the papers to be counted long after the E-word night as long as the envelope was postmarked for that E-word day. That could even mean it was put in a postage box after 8 p.m. on E-word night. That could mean piles of extra papers found sitting in a bin in some post office that employees quote unquote forgot about until 7 days after the E-word. In the event of a close race separated by only a few votes, that could mean the public would have to wait weeks for the E-word to be certified, which makes that's not how it works. We weren't yeah, they weren't the United States wasn't built on that. So anyways, let me just flip over to the computer right quick. This thing's 10 minutes long. I don't want to bore y'all to death. I'll cut this up to 2 videos. I'll put another video up in a second.